Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Stark again, and I'm very glad to be joining you by video again for another reading. Now, you'll remember this is our hardback reader, and I got this out of someone's desk. I'm not telling who, but I borrowed your book, and I brought this book home. And the most important thing about today when we read this story is I want you to have an opportunity to read the words from this story. So I'm going to be putting the book up close to the screen. I'm going to kind of peek around the corner and be reading some of it with you. But I especially want you to lean in, join with me, and actually read the words from the story. You should be able to read each word. So now I'm going to open it up to kind of where we would begin. And we would often start with the words to know, the words that were going to actually be in the story and that were new words or words to become more familiar with. Some of the words have new phonic sounds. Some of the words have sounds that we already know. So let's kind of make our way through this story and see if this will work. So first of all, I see that there are some new words. I see the word city. I want you to look at the word city. Let's just take each card. And on your side of the camera or the computer, I hope you're saying city. It says, they moved to the city from the country. Good job. Let's go to the next one, number 2. Myself. What a great little picture. I took the box into the house all by myself. I'm sure you finished it. Let's go to the next one. Card number 3. Everyone look at card number 3, and it says school. He met many new friends at school. There's the yellow box. All right, number 4, sliding over. It says party. They had a party for their new classmate. Number 5, oh, look at those delicious tasting, I know you're going to say it, fruits, apples. It says 7. She will bring 7 apples to school. And number 6, the word buy. Now, I know that that's one of those multi-meaning sounding words, a homonym. Buy can have lots of different ways to say it. But this buy says she will buy a plant for her new friend. All right, card number 7. I know you can see it. It's one of our happy words that we like to use all the time. The word please. Please play with us, they said. And as you look at that card, will you please notice those little things around the word please and around the words us at the beginning and end? Those are quotation marks. Please say quotation marks on your side of the screen. Oh, I know you did it. And number 8, family. That's what we're getting lots of time with right now. Our family. And I hope you're enjoying every bit of it. Let's see what this card says. It says they invited the family to come in. I love that. So there are our words right there. City, myself, school, party, 7, buy, please, family. Those are words that we're going to read in our story today. Well, that was kind of a different way to do it, but I hope from your side of the screen you could see them well enough to become familiar with it. All right, I'm going to turn the page to where we first begin reading. Now I want you to think about something real quick for me. I want you to think about the story characters in this story because there are several characters. And I want you to use and think about what the characters say, what they do, as clues to who they are. Think about the feelings that they feel. And if you want to jot down some things, you could maybe write their name and maybe write down how they feel in the story, maybe what they do. You might say Joe feels happy because he's riding a bike. So on your paper, you might write Joe, happy, bike. Just something extra to do. Another example might be Maria, sad, hurt her leg. Just something like that. Well, let's find out who these characters are in this story. It's called The New Friend. And if you got my newsletter last week, the Stark stuff, you know that this is one of the stories that we were going to already read. But I wanted to read it with you and give you an opportunity to actually read the words. We have an essential question. We love our essential questions. What can you learn from someone who is from another country? I hope you could read that. All right, let's read it. All right, I'm going to lean in just like you are. I'm going to scoot up here. I'm going to have to kind of get around to the side because my view shows me the letters reversed or backwards. So I have to kind of peek around the book when I read it to you. So forgive me if I look a little funny on the side of the screen. Here we go. Martin, Lewis, and I lived in the city. Next door was an old house. No one had lived there for a long time. And there's a little question down here at the bottom that says, who is the narrator? Why do you think so? Let's keep reading and find out when it says Martin, Lewis, and I. We're going to have to find out who that is. The next page, let me bring it up for you. It says, one day a work crew came with pails and brushes. They started to wash and paint the empty house. And now you begin to see characters in the story showing up. One of them we know is Martin. One of them is Lewis. And one of them is I, the narrator. This looks good. All right up to the screen. Hope you're reading with me. And it's always good not to touch your screen, but I like it when we track words. So if you want to take your finger and kind of slide across with your fingers, that would be fun to do as well. Here we go. Up close, Miss Stark. There we are. After they were done and the paint had dried, the house looked pretty and new. The next day, a big truck pulled up. It was full of crates and boxes. A crew unloaded the boxes off the truck. A new family would soon live there. Good job. And there's that picture. Let's study the next one. That's a nice page. I hope you're tracking the words. And I know that you're wishing that you had your wispy. I do too. Here we go. All right. Let's look at the picture. Sometimes pictures help. Do you see that person peeking around the curtain? Let's find out what that's all about. I'm going to lower the book into the camera. Get your pointer finger. Here we go. Today, Lewis went over to the house next door. He met a boy called Makoto. Then we all met Makoto. Makoto was 7 years old, just like us. And there's that word 7, a number word. Good job, everybody. Here's a nice picture. Looks like the setting has changed. They've gone to a park. I see other people in the picture. And I know you recognize that sport. All right, here we go. I'm going to get it up close. Peek around the corner so I can read it. Here we go. Before long, we found out that Makoto played soccer. He could keep running and running. He was good at learning things too. He learned all of our names by the end of the game. That makes me think Makoto has a good memory, just like all of you do. I think it's going well so far. Let's keep going. All right, we have a picture. I'm going to show all of that at first because it all kind of goes together, all one setting. I see some people leaving. I see some boys playing a game. And if you don't know that game, it's called marbles. It's fun. Here we go. Soon, Makoto's family was all moved in. We met his mother and father. That's who they are. They were glad that Makoto had made some new friends. Good job, everybody. Get your pointer fingers out. While Makoto's mother and father went to buy food, Makoto stayed and played with us. So there they are. All right. turn the page. Oh, another setting. I hope everybody said the word setting. Yeah. And I bet you're thinking, they look like they're in the house. Maybe the kitchen because of, I know you see it, the refrigerator. Here we go. I'm peeking around and reading to you. Get close to the screen. When Makoto's mother and father rejoined us, I like that word rejoined. I have to stop for a minute because the word rejoined has a prefix on it, which means they joined again. I'm going to start again. When Makoto's mother and father rejoined us, Martin, Makoto, and I helped them carry the bags into the house. Makoto said he would show us around his house. Then we went up to look at Makoto's room. I bet everybody's thinking to themselves, a new setting. Me too. Look at Makoto's room. Looks like he's still unpacking and getting things put away, but what a nice, neat room. Here we go. Makoto still had a lot of boxes to unpack. He had some nice toys and kites. He said that on the next windy day, we could bring his kites outside and fly them. He said I could fly a kite by myself. Another yellow word, another important word. Okay, I'm going to let you look at the picture for a moment. Good. Going up to be close, tracker fingers out. Here we go. Then we went outside to look at Makoto's pictures from Japan. He had them in a green book. Now we know that Makoto is from another country. That's exciting to learn from our friends. Places to visit and go. Here we go. On the first page, we saw Makoto's old house in Japan. On the next page, we saw Makoto's family in Japan. The last page had pictures of Makoto's friends. They showed Makoto's 7th birthday party. Makoto said he wishes he could meet his old friends. I'm so sorry. Makoto said he wishes we could meet his old friends. Sorry about that. All right. I like Makoto. He seems like a nice friend. All right, here we go. A new page. And if you'll look at the picture, the illustration, they're all sitting around with Makoto's mom and dad. Let me hold that very still for you. All right. At the end of the day, Makoto's mother and father repaid us for helping with cookies. We said, please and thank you, and ate up. Makoto's father said he had a new job in the city. Makoto would be going to our school. We were all glad about that. Now down at the bottom, remember we talked a little bit about characters. It says, what are Makoto's parents like? Well, in all the pictures, they're smiling, they're kind, they shared their cookies. So that's what we use as text evidence and the pictures to show that. They're very nice with their smiles, sharing cookies, and their kindness. All right. Ooh, a nice green page. All right, so we see the boys are at the door. We see Makoto and his parents, and we look at the characters and their faces and the evidence from these pictures to show us how they are feeling. Let's read the words and let the words help us with the text and how they're feeling and what they're thinking. I'm going to scoot that one way up. Here we go. I hope you can see that. We said goodbye to Makoto and his mother and father. Then we went home to our families. We were glad to have a new friend next door. Oh, I like that. Very nice. I know you hear that goat in the background. That is our clock from our classroom. All right, boys and girls, I like that story. It was a wonderful story. My goal today really was, hopefully you'd already read it once before and you had already had some prior knowledge about it. But I wanted to be able to put it up to the screen so that you could track the words and practice with that. That may be something that I want to do more of and get better at reading it with you on the screen. I love you all. I miss you, and I hope you have a great day. I look outside and I see sunshine. I don't know when you'll view this, if the sun will be out for you, but I hope it will. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.